I'm happy to be here this evening to officiate at the launch of TVET, which government has given a very high priority in this area of study. Following two waves of COVID-19 and major cyclones in the past 20 months, government revenue has been greatly affected. For a small nation, such setbacks have impacts of much larger magnitude. In this situation, the government relies on the business or the private sector to rebuild and drive the country's economy while providing the enabling environment. Now, due to downturn of the economy with job losses, Fiji needs to quickly create more opportunities for employment. TVET skills are one of the drivers that support the economic transformation which the country needs. Post-pandemic, the TVET sector will become even more critical for our economy. It must provide people with the skills and competencies to create employment and provide support to the industries. Then only will we truly see the growth in the economy. Ladies and gentlemen, you've already heard from the Vice Chancellor how government is supporting FNU, or I can say supporting the industries in providing funding for TVET program. Although we have heard two areas where government is providing assistance, but I want to add one more area, perhaps no one has mentioned. The government has also made an allocation of $100 per month for students on industry attachment. We've often seen that when students enroll for this program, they don't have enough funds to continue with the industry attachment. And halfway along the course, they decide not to continue because they don't have money. So what does that mean? It simply means that the money that has been invested in this program is wasted, and we simply don't have that graduate. So I urge industries to come forward and partner with FNU in these programs, because this will benefit students as well as it will benefit industries. Ladies and gentlemen, last Saturday, I addressed the FNU Council, and I did say that FNU's strength is its TVET education, and no one can take that away. FNU has been engaged in this program for a very, very long time. The growth of the TVET sector is crucial for the country. It will significantly expand human capital base of Fiji. There will be less reliance on specialist labor from foreign countries. It will improve productivity, reduce unemployment, and provide much needed impetus to MSME sector. The impact of COVID-19 made us realize that we can no longer rely on our tourism sector to be the main driver of our economy. And we have heard that from our Minister for Tourism. Other sectors such as agriculture, industries, manufacturing and processing, call centers, ICT, etc., should also be built to help drive the economy. For these sectors to develop, we need skill set and less reliance on foreign workers. However, we do need expatriate in industries and ventures that require very high-level skills or expertise. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the key factors that creates inefficiency in the TVET system in Fiji is the mismatch between programs that are currently offered by TVET providers and what the industry or private sector needs. This has been noted in several reports on Fijian labor market and at high-level discussions. Let's call a spade a spade. This is the reality. We need to work on it. A number of current TVET programs in higher education institutions have been developed taking the supply-side thinking with little local research for demand and consultation with the industry. And today I'm very happy to hear from the Vice Chancellor that they have their thinking along what the government is thinking, that one has to engage with the industries. The data obtained from Fiji Immigration Department on the number of work permits that have been issued between 2018 to 2020, for example, shows that 32% of work permits were issued for technical and vocational jobs. These include the construction, manufacturing, tourism and hospitality, automotive, fishing, IT, food and beverages, mining and agriculture. Clearly, this shows that we do not have adequate skilled people in so many sectors, which should be of great concern to us. But with these 5,000 awards worth around $31 million that government announced in the last budget, should be able to provide the human resource we need for the industries. It is therefore important that TVET sector works with the multiple stakeholders, such as Fiji Immigration Department, Ministry of Employment, Ministry of Education, Heritage and Arts, the Fiji Higher Education Commission, and the proposed Skills Council of Fiji to collect credible data on labor needs in the country. The fact remains that while there are some data available related to workforce planning, these are fragmented, inconsistent, and incomplete. These are not useful data for any current or future planning. Currently, industry intelligence for TVET is generally fragmented, which does not help in natural workforce planning. For example, several private sector workforce demands are not being recorded at the national level. Unemployment data is collected by the National Employment Center. That's all we have. I want the Fiji Higher Education Commission to work with the Ministry of Employment and private sector to carry out a comprehensive sector analysis and identify skill shortages, as well as skills that require upskilling in the country. This will have multiple benefits, including giving the government an idea of where it should invest in training, inform the public about where there are job opportunities, and provide the much needed supply of trained people to the industries. Another area that TVET education needs to focus is teaching entrepreneurial skills, which again Vice Chancellor has just mentioned that TVET Pasifika is going to focus on that. The economy can grow better with more job creators, where one job creator creates several jobs, and that should be our focus. I would like to see entrepreneurial skills embedded in all our TVET programs, along with practicum as much as possible. We also need to seriously consider the content of our TVET programs. This must evolve with time. We cannot teach old and outdated content in our programs because technology changes. An earlier TVET training rapid review in 2018 commissioned by Fiji Higher Education Commission showed that many TVET programs were being taught using outdated curriculum and training tools. This only adds to the problem of mismatch between what industries need and the kinds of graduates we produce. This is one of the main reasons why TVET programs must be taught by experienced people from the industries as well. This is where the delivery of such programs differ from purely academic perspective. TVET programs are better placed outside of the academic program and should have their own framework for teaching and quality assurance. I look forward to FNU developing this to strengthen its TVET Pasifika, and I'm sure they must be working on that line. Out of this review came the proposal to set up Fiji Skills Council to drive TVET sector. And this Fiji Skills Council will be part and parcel of Fiji Higher Education Commission, which will be made up of private sector. We are in the process of seeking relevant approval to see the formation of this very important entity that will drive our TVET sector in the right direction, led by the private sector, the employers of TVET graduates. For TVET, external validation of quality is paramount to prepare graduates, consistent with current and future industry standards. This gives employers the assurance that the graduates have appropriate knowledge and skills. And I want to emphasize here, knowledge and skill is not enough in Fiji's situation. We also need the right attitude. Most industries will agree with me that there are some very good graduates who are working for them, but unfortunately, they don't come with the right attitude. Attitude and also productivity. Foreign workers deliver much better as compared to our locals. And it's a fact. Ask any industry, they'll tell you a lot of stories of how productivity has increased with foreign workers. Last but not least, the image of TVET should be improved. There is a deep-rooted belief in people that TVET education is for those who are not academically good, and we often use the word blue collar. We need to get rid of this word blue collar. We are creating a division between white collar and blue collar, and that becomes the starting point. TVET is seen as a less attractive pathway when compared to academic programs. TVET has always been an option number 2. When you have nothing else to do, let's enroll in a TVET program. It is not something that is considered as a legitimate career pathway. Therefore, we have to challenge the negative TVET perception and promote TVET as a parallel pathway to success along with tertiary education. For sustainable future of TVET, it is important to rebrand TVET so that it is not perceived as a job that does not pay well. By giving examples of companies, and that's where I'm talking about entrepreneurial approach to TVET. If we give examples of companies such as Mechanical Services, Modern Electric, Lincoln, and many more companies, which are multi-million-dollar companies, and they're providing very important service to us, to the businesses. If we do that, we will be able to change the mindsets of our parents and students. If we show them this bigger picture of what you can become if you graduate from TVET Pasifika. Ladies and gentlemen, as a nation, we do our best to change this perception and encourage our students to take up TVET education. FNU, as the lead institution in TVET training, is our hope for economic revival and self-employment. 5,000 places at FNU for TVET is a bold and genuine effort of our government. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the honor to launch TVET Pasifika. Thank you and thank you.